Oh my gosh. Damn. Hey, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yo, we gotta talk about this. Let's get it.
Second by second, you lose the opportunity to become the person you want to be.
I am the greatest.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Shine Fit, and I'm back with another one. If you rock with me like I rock with you, then use your best punch and hit that subscribe button for me real quick. Cause it's no days off till it pay off. A day off is a day lost. Let's get it.
Yo, shout out to Tank for that crazy knockout, bro. Let's talk about it. I know a lot of people ain't finna give him credit, man. I done seen all in the forums and all on YouTube in the comments, man. People making excuses about, oh, Leo was the smaller fighter. How is he the smaller fighter just because he came up in weight? Bro, he's taller with longer reach. They at the same weight on weigh-in day. What's the difference between Tank fighting at lower weight classes and then coming up to 35 and 30? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't always at I think he was at 126 before. You know what I'm saying? Tank came from smaller weight classes, plus he's shorter and got shorter reach than Leo Santa Cruz, so there's no excuse. And what about Terrence Crawford fighting Kell Brook? Terrence Crawford is the naturally smaller guy, so if Kell Brook beats Terrence Crawford, is that an excuse for him? Or Terrence Crawford beats Kell Brook? Like, you gotta have a real argument for this situation, man. You can't be biased, man. You gotta go all the way around the board. Lomachenko moved up and fought bigger fighters. Mayweather, Pacquiao moved up, fought bigger fighters. So Santa Cruz moving up and being a bigger guy physically, taller and got longer reach, Tank had a disadvantage, man. Fighting at that weight class a little bit longer doesn't mean nothing. Santa Cruz still got experience. Santa Cruz still dangerous. Santa Cruz still got to throw punches. It's his job to not allow Tank to do what he was, what he ended up doing. He stayed on the ropes too long, in my opinion. He threw a couple shots to get Tank off, but he stayed there too long. He did the same thing. The thing about Tank that y'all got to realize is Tank downloads data, man. It's like when he hit hand pads and the trainer's calling out things and he can boom, 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 real fast. That's if he got an eye for the pads to go at that pace. Imagine his memory on the punches you're throwing at him. He's remembering the jab, how fast it is, how many times you threw it, you know what I'm saying? What you like to do, your tendencies, your habits, you know what I'm saying? Your mistakes. He like, okay, he's blocking my uppercut. But when he blocks my uppercut, he brings his hands here. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna throw the uppercut instead of just throwing the uppercut. Or I gotta feint and then throw the uppercut. But I know he's open for the uppercut because Santa Cruz guard like this. So you either got sneak one through the side, come up the middle like this, right? Come through the guard like this, or come up with an uppercut. So if I'm throwing a punch, I'm Santa Cruz, I'm opening up my guard to throw one, right? Even if I had the most perfect punch, my chin is protected, I still got open for an uppercut. Come right up under there, because he brings it back. He make one mistake, timing it, this is always open. So people talking about he a one punch fighter. No, that's the punch that was open. He's just not afraid to throw that motherfucker multiple times because there's not one fighter in this world that can keep constantly like, damn, nobody thinks you're gonna keep throwing the same punch. You know what I'm saying? They like, damn, he threw the up, he finna switch it up. They waiting for a jab, you know what I'm saying? Typical jab, set it up with a jab. But Tank is so unorthodox with everything he does. He's not gonna do what you think he's gonna do. He's not gonna throw, set everything up off the jab. He's not gonna just walk straight in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come in and be so unorthodox. His foot movement, his body movements, everything he's doing is unorthodox. And he's so fast and so explosive that you could hit him 10 times and he comes out of nowhere with 2 shots. Boom! And it's like you just got hit in the face with a bat. You know what I'm saying? The shock that goes through your jaw to your brain, it's like it's so You like, damn, I'm working him for half the round. You getting off, and he hits you with 2 punches. Maybe one to the body, one to the chin. You just felt like all your work just got thrown out the window. That's the difference between Tank. I appreciate this type of fighter, bro. Santa Cruz had to move up to fight somebody, right? People don't want Tank to fight Santa Cruz because he was the so-called naturally smaller opponent. But when you moving up in weight class, you have to fight somebody. Imagine if Santa Cruz moved up and fought, you know what I'm saying, a no-name. He would get discredited as well. So you can't fault Tank for taking on a challenge. He has to fight somebody, just like how Floyd had to fight somebody when he was moving up. Manny Pacquiao had to fight somebody when they was moving up. They got to fight a name. So Tank just happened to be that name. So allow Tank to gain that experience with what Santa Cruz brought to the table, as far as punch output, everything like that. Training for a person like that, going through the training camp, you learn different things in preparation for that. So that's giving Tank experience. Like, okay, I've been in the ring with a high value puncher before and I knocked him out. So if you come any less than that, then you're easy work. You know what I'm saying? So Ryan Garcia, he ain't got a high punch output, but he's very sharp and accurate and explosive. So, you know what I'm saying? It's different things as he faces different fighters that's going to get him experience to go up in the ranks. Y'all want him to just shoot up just because he's a champion, but they trying to get him as much experience with any and everybody as possible. So when he get in a ring with the high level guys, he knows what to expect. They got to move him up gradually. When you throw a person in there that ain't ready, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can call out Tank's flaws, but they don't want him to take the time to improve those flaws. Like if I see Tank, even though he won, I'm a good coach, I'm going to watch Tank as he's working. I'm like, damn, he need to work on this. So we need to get him a guy, the next fight, that allows him to work on that. You know what I'm saying? And now he's ready for this person or this person or this person. Everybody wants to rush you in there, so it's a Deontay Wilder situation to where he's just looking like a deer in the headlights. You know what I'm saying? And now you can get criticized and say you was a hype job or this and that. But boxing is not an overnight sport. People can only do what their body and their mind is trained to do up until that point. They can't magically pull something out of thin air without the experience. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going up against a guy with more experience, more skills, you know what I'm saying, you can't adjust to something you haven't experienced yet. So that's why you want the most experience as you move up in the ranks, to keep that undefeated record. And that's why it's important for Tank to get his ass back in the gym as soon as possible. Like he said during the press conferences, just attack the gym, keep perfecting your craft, keep getting that experience, far as not getting tired, far as perfecting your offense and your defense, and just being the best you could be, man. That knockout was crazy, but it ain't nothing that we haven't seen before from Tank. All his knockouts is crazy. The man got a 95% knockout ratio. You feel me? So it's just another day at the office for my mans. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Gary Russell, all these guys around his weight class. I mean, it's a lot more people that I haven't named that's beastie. It's finna be a great mashup class, bro. I think Tank edging everybody so far, you know, as far as his abilities. Him and Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson is the most hard for me to weigh out matchups that I could possibly think of right now, man. Shakur Stevenson is the most complete far as the science goes, like hit and not get hit. Until he fight like a Tank or Teofimo, that's when I'll see him get hit a little bit more. But the guys that he's been fighting, they can't touch him. Even when he's right in there, you know, even when he ain't moving out range, they still have a hard time hitting him. So I'm anxious to see how, if Tank and Teofimo clash, I said Tank and Teofimo, I mean Tank and Shakur Stevenson class, how they match up, how Shakur Stevenson adjusts to Tank and Tank adjusts to Shakur. They both explosive. They both got accuracy. Gervonta a little bit more. He takes a little bit more like I'm in your face type of, you know. Shakur a little bit, man, I'm keeping you on the outside of my punch at all times. So I'm up, bow, bow, I'm in and out. I'm doing defense and offense at the same time, where Tank could come in and take a couple shots, block, boom, 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 and take you out. So it's boxing is looking real interesting, man. It's crazy if y'all go to these boxing forums. You see all the comments and stuff, man. You see all the comments. It says, somebody says, wow, Tank beat a 126 pounder with no power and no and defense, no defense. Shook, you know, with the like shock emojis, bro. Cruz was a champion. He was a warrior, but he did have limited skill sets and things that he can adjust with. That's his fault. That's his camp's fault. That's why when you stick into a style, like Bruce Lee say, be like water. When you stick yourself into a style, I can figure you out a lot easier than a person that has an unlimited tool set. You know what I'm saying? That's why I study every single body, every single boxer, good or bad. I study them, see what I could pull from their arsenal and add to mine, so I could be unpredictable at all times and be able to adjust to any and everything at all times, man. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about that fight, that knockout. Shout out to Tank, busting through the ranks, man, busting through another fight, winning another belt, 4-time world champion. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. No days off till it pay off. A day off is a day lost. You already know, man. More videos coming. We got a lot in the works. Let's get it. No limits, no excuses. Bossland.
On my way to 1 million subscribers, ain't no stopping. I just gotta show my love and appreciation to everybody that's watching. So if you subscribe, gave me a thumbs up, or even drop something in the comments, when I hit 1 million, I'm giving 1 million back to the people who have my back. That's my word, that's my promise. Let's go. No days off till it pay off. Let's get it.